Basically, it starts out, you see a really scared homie, and then he gets his head cut off. Some weird-looking dudes steal a fucking book, and then some, like, bald-ass Celtic lady comes out of nowhere, chases these motherfuckers down the street. The walls are moving and going sideways, and so they fight for a little bit, and then the dude with the book gets away. Then, after that, we finally meet our hero.
Yeah, we're introduced to the doctor himself. He's in full-on surgeon mode, doing his thing. He's got his music playing, he's doing his music trivia. And then it's kind of like an episode of House. They got this guy they think is dead out in the hallway, and they're like, oh, Hugh Laurie, except it's Benedict Cumberbatch. We think he's dead. He's like, no, he's not dead. He's just got the most specific problem.
This thing is like trapping blood in this particular area, and we just gotta take the bullet out, and then he'll be good.
Yeah, and then they save his life, and you get to see the scene where Rachel McAdams gets to tell the family the good news.
She's like, it's always about you. And he's like, but it's not about, he's like, no, but it is. And he's like, yeah, you're right.
Then we get to the big scene. He's in his car.
Like, he's looking at like x-rays and like MRI screen. I'm just like, what the f? And his dumb ass just gets yeeted out into the ocean.
Cut to, he's in the hospital. He looks up.
That's cringy. It's cringy to look at.
Rachel McAdams is there, and he wakes up out of the coma, and his hands are there, and she's like, they did the best they could, and he's like, I could have done better.
And then he goes through this whole like weird part where he's just like trying to get his hands back.
He's like, let's do this experimental surgery. Let's do it.
And they're like, it's gonna cost you.
Then we see him in physical therapy. He's like being a dick to his physical therapist.
Yes, and his physical therapist brings up the fact that there's a dude that came to physical therapy, and then he just stopped coming to physical therapy. He's like, well, what happened? He's like, I thought he died, but he walked down the street. He has this like spout with Rachel or whatever. He's like, you like broken things?
If someone's coming to cook you dinner, just like shut up.
Eat dinner.
He like goes to this basketball court. Benjamin Bratt comes out of nowhere. Wait, is that the guy from Miss Congeniality? But that's where we learn about Carmartage, and we learn about the Mystics, and Benjamin Bratt's like, these guys took me to this temple, and like now I could walk.
Doctor Strange goes to Naples.
Nepal.
He gets robbed and finally meets the bald lady from earlier.
The ancient one.
She shows him like a book of chakras, and he's just like, fuck.
And then she just lights him up.
Yeah, he just fucks shit up. Bam, astral project. And he gets back in his body, and she's like, open your fucking eye. And she goes, blah, 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 blah.
This is like the Matrix. Like, he is going down the rabbit hole. He took the pill, and he gets to, learn under his master, Mordo.
He ended up spending his time with Wong and trying to make him laugh for the most part.
So then he's learning. Basically it's him learning.
My hands are f***ed up. I can't do this like swirly dirl thing to like teleport. She's like, it's not about that. So she opens a portal, and they both walk into Everest. They're like standing on one of the cliffs in Everest, and then she just leaves his ass there, and she's like, I guess we'll see if he gets back or not.
He does come back.
He does come back. He looks very cold. I would be so pissed off if somebody left me in Everest, even momentarily.
So where are we up to now?
Basically, he's studying up after he does that Everest bit. So he can like twirly twirl. He's like stealing books from the library while Wong is listening to Beyonce.
And then he does the apple.
They're like, hey, quit f***ing with time, man.
So then Wong and Mordo tell him about the different sanctums, right? There's the one they're in, which is in Kathmandu, Nepal. And then there's New York City, London, and Hong Kong.
Yeah, the Zealots attack given the New York one.
Right, and then the master of the New York one, I don't know if he gets killed, but he definitely gets messed up.
Yeah, he's dead.
He discovers that little window that could go anywhere in the world, and then he uses that as a tool in the fight. And he kicks that one zealot into the desert, and kicks the other one into the jungle or something. And
that's when he gets his cool fucking cape.
He goes to the hospital through the portal.
Yeah, he gets stabbed, so he goes through the portal, but he's like an astral projection. Rachel McAdams' character is like, F you, Steven.
He had the astral project fight with the other zealot.
And everybody's like, what what?
That's when the Ancient One and Mordo find him, and he's like, I did it. I saved New York.
Until fucking Hannibal comes back. And then Sorcerer Supreme dies. Then the big boss shows up, and he's like, wait, you're still alive? And so they fight more.
I think they're in Hong Kong at that point. Benedict comes back, and he's like, I'm going to save the day, but not in the way you're expecting.
And he's like, Dormammu.
I've come to bargain. So they trap Dormammu in the time loop, and Dormammu's like, time sucks.
It's like, leave Earth alone because I'm going to annoy you to death.
Yeah, then he takes down Dormammu, and then that's pretty much the end.
So basically half the movie is just CGI fighting and running on buildings.
Why don't you subscribe? It'll last longer.